Well, Onol Manawi, have you found my brother?
I found him, but I'm truly sorry your brother is...
May the earth... He knew every stone on our lands.
He had a liaison with a young girl from the village. They would meet in a clearing, and they must have forgotten the hour. Night took them by surprise, and a Tenlin crossed their path. I found both of them, in the cavern of the beast.
How terrible. Why did he go to see the girl in secrecy? They could have... I must recover his body. To give it up to the earth, as is our custom.
With the body of the girl he loved, in a cavern, but it is a dangerous place. Other Tenlins might still be roaming there.
I have a duty owed to my little brother.
I must be leaving.
Do you have any news? Do you know where my sister is?
Yes.
Oh no. Nah.
I found her body in the lair of the great Tenlin.
But how could she have been surprised by the beasts?
She went out to meet the young fisherman. The time must have flown by. I'm so sorry. We found them both dead.
I must bring her body back.
You should not go alone. I killed as many as I could, but it would be better to be...
I shall follow your counsel, Onol Manawi.
I must leave now. The nests are destroyed, and with the death of the White Tenlin, the attacks should cease. And we are even able to convince the missionaries to leave. Katasak should be willing to follow us now. Let's go and find him.
I can see from your face that you were victorious.
Indeed. I put the White Tenlin down, who is enraging his kind. The attack should no longer trouble you. I also encouraged the missionaries to leave.
I regret that violence was necessary to make them...
In the end, we found the missing young ones. But alas, it was too late. Devoured by wild beasts.
Undivorced tier ends. You did well on Manawi.
Will you agree to accompany me now? My cousin needs your help.
I have packed what is needed.
This pain, it'll be the death of me. I can't control my body. It's like being a stranger in a marionette set ablaze. Consumed by a smouldering fire. The moment's growing near, isn't it? Am I about to surrender my ghost to the Reaper of Souls? You pop in just when you're needed, cousin, as always. Who are you? Your hand is cold as ice.
Your cousin is burning.
Let me present Katisach, Constantine. He is the greatest healer on the island. He will help you.
Please, stay.
I am here for you, Urnaxe, and I will not leave until I found a way to ease your pain and suffering. Fill your mind with the patience of the ocean. I know not how much time I will need. I've never seen such a sickness. The spirits of your lands must be quite horrendous to cast down such evils upon the peoples that live there.
Thank you. Neither science surgeon nor mage doctor could do a damn thing to alleviate my pain. I give you my last ounce of hope. Thank you, cousin. I don't want to imagine my plight without your intervention. My dear cousin, come closer and tell me what brings...
Constantine, is it true?
This sickness is horrible, believe me. But you have not come to hear my complaints. Speak. Look out.
Desarde, what can I do?
Our investigation is well underway, but the culprit is not who we thought.
What do you mean?
We found Alba, but she was innocent. In fact, her captain used us and her father to scare her. It's because of us that she fled. She never stole documents or tried to sell your secrets.
So, are you saying that the culprit...
If this were not the case, why make up this story against Alba and use us like that?
I can't believe it. However, he is a captain. I cannot condemn him without... And we have to find out who he was selling his journal to. Ask his crew, but stay discreet. It should not arouse... Anything else?
I need...
Your Excellency, I am so pleased to see you.
The pleasure is shared.
What can I do for you?
What do you think of your new captain?
He knows how to make people obey him and runs a tight... He's a captain.
Does he get on well without...
He was suspicious of her at first, but when he saw that she was true, when she disappeared, he told us that she didn't. He spoke of treason, that sort of thing. I imagine he regret... Anything else, Your Excellency?
I'm afraid I need...
Hello. You need something?
What do you think about...
Between you and me, I prefer...
He's a good captain, but he lacks
He's aloof, doesn't get along with his crew.
You're still far from the mark. To him, we're nothing more than lackey. The only one who gets a smile from time to time is the pretty Gretchen. One of she's scratch. You should be careful. A debt with a coin guard is like sailing near a storm.
If he's a loner, would make sense he needs some company from time to time. And as captain, he must have the means.
Yes, you are certainly right.
Anything else?
I need to...
Smooth sailing.
Good day. What can I do for you?
What do you...
And since we got here, it seems... But... never mind me. It's not my place to judge my captain. He's got responsibilities I can't fathom. Anything else?
I need...
Farewell.
Closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent. Tier for Dio.
Oh, it's you on Olmenawi. Come
We'll
and
make
see.
it for you.
I'll receive beautiful things from our village. Oh, it's you on Olmenawi. Come and see. I'll receive beautiful things.
Hello, my darlings. What would you like, then?
I was told that Captain Reuben liked you a lot, and that you spent a lot of time with him.
He's one of my regulars, it's true. He always asks for me. But it's because I'm the sweet.
Does he confide in you?
Sorry, my dear. But what's between my clients and me is nobody.
Even if I offer you enough to enjoy 1 or 2 quiet nights?
I would appreciate it. But I still cannot tell you the secret.
Come on, it looks like you work hard here. And I'm not asking you to betray him. Just tell me.
Well, it is true that a night's rest...
Did Reuben tell you about his relationship with his men and his superiors?
Oh, yes. He's always complaining about it. He was hoping for a promotion. He wanted to be appointed fleet commander. But they only changed his ship. And the crew is nowhere near his level, and his admiral despises him. He says everyone is unfair towards him and doesn't recognize his talents, and it has turned him bitter.
Have you noticed him change lately?
Yes. He's become impatient and anxious. He has become...
Did he tell you about his plans?
Like everyone else, he likes building castles in the air. He told me that he would soon be someone very important and very rich. And that he would marry me. But they all say that.
Thank you, Gretchen. I'm done.
All that this young woman told us only confirms our suspicions. This man is a complete traitor. We should follow him after dark. We may be able to catch him in the act.
We can see everything from here.
captain, caught in the act. Shall we arrest him?
We should first find out what he puts in the box. Let him finish. The way is clear. Now, let's take a look at this box. The captain and his buyer should meet here at nightfall. This must be where the exchange will take.
We should put the message in the box, so no one will know we've seen it.
The Admiral will certainly want to know about our discovery.
Let's go.
Want armor that fits you like a glove? We'll make it for you.
Come closer, good people. Liqueur and wine. Are your boots worn through?
Desarde, what can I do?
I need... We know a little more. Reuben continues to use the dead drop and has made an appointment with his buyer.
He has quite the nerve to continue using that box, even though he knows you know about it.
He must have thought that we would not come back. The meeting is tonight. This could be a good time to get the proof we need. What do you think?
That's an excellent idea. I will come with you. I want to see this.
You'll find all you...
From this position, we'll be able to see the meet.
Perfect. I can't wait to wit.
Men of the coin. Our greedy captain has gotten together with them.
The wretched traitor. How dare he sell us to lawless mercenaries?
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
This traitor got what he deserved.
Admiral, you seem hurt.
It's nothing. Sorry to have charged like that. I got carried away. I couldn't bear to see this traitor sell his whole family for...
Do you want us to tend to your wound?
No, I'll go back to port and get back on my feet. Find the documents. Thank you, the three of you.
He was ready to sell more than just his own knowledge. There are plans for machines and ships that he must have stolen from elsewhere. In addition to a substantial sum, Reuben is also going to obtain a major post on the continent. Everything is here. We'll give it to the Admiral tomorrow.
Oh, it's you on Old Menawi. Come and see.
Come closer, good people. The cure and are your boots.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
How are your wounds?
I recovered fast. It was nothing.
Yes, here they are. But there was more than...
So, he lusted after a prestigious position. And what a salary! Thank you for bringing me all. We owe you a lot, Desarde. I will not forget it. Nor will I forget the lesson. Be sure of it. You have my full gratitude. Anything else?
I need to be going. And...
You have returned. The rule is...
I am Siora, daughter of Bladnid, daughter of Meb. My mother, the Mall of the Red Spears...
All here remember, and the Vorst Tirse. But you are not yet Mal in her stead. I am sorry, Siora.
I beg your pardon.
If I cannot enter, perhaps you could tell the Elder of the Council that I request an audience.
Glendon cannot speak with you, Legate. Times are he only accepts to meet the members of the...
How can I prove that I am the representative of one of them?
If you are a trusted friend of a council member, he will give you... I will then be glad to allow you to enter. You would be the first Renaigse. If you have a...
Greetings, Katasak.
Bertir Tumat. What can I...
Now that you've seen my cousin, what are your thoughts on the Malachor?
It is a terrible disease. I have never seen one like it. It slowly gnaws through the people it afflicts. The eyes and legs and the pain it induces is atrocious. My potion. But if you're asking if I know, it's a disease coming from a world that isn't ours.
Do you like it in New Serene?
No. Your village has smothered the earth. The smell of the woods has gone, and the singing of the birds is filled with anguish. I can barely feel my bond here, but don't worry. I will not leave before doing...
How is my cousin doing?
He's filled with dread as death. Forgive him his mood swings. He's such a young boy, and he had so much desire to live. Thanks to my treatment, he suffers less. But his disease is getting worse. It would take a power far superior to mine.
I'm looking to meet Enomil Frichtman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they...
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council...
And my word was not enough. It seems that I...
Do not be sad, daughter of Bladnid. One day you will be as great a chief as your mother. This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of here. Friend of Wen Xavier, but you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden.
Thank you, Katisach.
We do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands.
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave as soon as you can. Godspeed.
Have no fear. I'll do whatever it takes.
وأولا
You have returned.
Here is the seal of the Denegad Katisach of the village.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see you enter.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Desardet, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of his trust in you makes me stop and look at you.
I seek a remedy. My cousin, as well as many other people on our island, suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that only Enon Miel Frictaman can help us.
Really? And
he told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would
judge your intentions. But even if I should do this, you would have many, for the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find.
And this cavern is guarded, I suppose.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not all. I hope you will prove that you understand. Go now. Show us your true face.
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face. And I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find in...
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano.
Can you tell me anything more about the role of the Council?
We gather here at every long night, and every short night. During these nights, the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for wisdom of those who have complaints against their mal may also be heard here, and find. And when important events take place, if the balance is threatened, then so that the wisdom of all might be shared, and that we might act as...
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God is too small. He is Tia Fradi in all and every. You are looking for wisdom to heal the Renaigse. He is much more than that.
I must...
You have spoken to Glendon as you wanted. What more?
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal that it is a tremendous...
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal one way is through strength, the other by... But I know no more than this. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you.
Good luck.
Nice.
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to...
I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep...
Is that an idea that your mother...
Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep. You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fight.
Protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
frightened, help us.
You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood fell to the ground and spun slowly. Suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by then, just like before, the vision On this stone, the sun is visible. This stone bears the image of a storm. Or perhaps this stone is blackened, eaten away. I think it's supposed to evoke death. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop. Here this looks like a snowflake. This drawing looks like an infant. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tearfredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Mir Frichtemann.
Bertir to Mad on Olmanawi. I congratulate...
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what this...
A face in the mountain of...
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And you sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. In the second room, you have awoken the... Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so, you choose to trust the way of rules and wisdom. It is a difficult... The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion.
Am I authorized to encounter Enormil Frichtemann now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince them as well. Where can I find him?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be...
Is he hiding?
He disappeared several months ago. Since the last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important. There was Dedra, Blatnid.
My mother, alas.
Yes. I heard about your loss, Siora.
And divorced Tirce.
Dedra is...
I've already met her. She sent me to confront a guard.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Marl of the village of Vignamri, near the... It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. He is the chief of the Earth Healers.
Very well. I will go and see them.
Kwa walamsek.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord D'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then, all of a sudden, one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, What is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes, sir.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway, if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events. But know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Denegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes. A strange bird. Missing more than one feather. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back.
And you ran all the way? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater...
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Denegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the... I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an expert. Your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we...
That sounds like him. What sort of mess is...
I am sorry, sir, but I...
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, sir.